In this how-to video, we're going to show you how to work with multiple videos captured from a geoDVR that's actually sitting on board a boat or vessel, but has cameras also attached to a subsea ROV. Now, in this case, the geoDVR is equipped with what we call the water-linked underwater GPS module. And WaterLink is actually a third-party company that makes a GPS system to allow you to log the position of where the subsea submersible is, as well as using the geoDVR, gather the position of the boat. So in this example, we'll actually see both the boat or vessel position as well as the ROV position underwater. Now, to start, let's go ahead and just clear out this video and go from scratch. Click Remove Item. Alright, so let's go File, open multiple videos recorded at the same time. Select our first video. Select our second video. Select our third video. And our fourth video. Go ahead and load those up. And as mentioned, looks here we have 3 cameras positioned on the ROV itself, and then looks like one here on the surface vessel. So that's how easy it is to load up this data once you've collected it with the geoDVR and the water-linked underwater GPS system. And so let's zoom in a little bit closer. Now, the imagery and map data at this place in the world do fade away as we zoom in, but what we're looking at here is the red dots represent the boat's position. The yellow marker is also the boat's position, but then you'll see, and you can see as the ROV moves around, we are drawing a line from the boat position to the current ROV position underwater. So both a representation of where the boat sits on the surface as well as where the ROV is underwater. Now, if we hover over one of these dots, at this current time, this shows us information for the boat. If we click on this, we then see over here under locator Z depth, we get information for where the ROV is underwater. So again, locator Z depth shows you your depth of where the ROV position is underwater, whereas as of right now, if you hover over one of these gray dots, that shows you the boat position there. Now we are actually going to change that here in a new version coming out here pretty soon, so you'll actually be able to see the depth at this position as well. All right, video from any platform in our LineVision software, we can do things like capture an image if we see something of interest here. Maybe this particular piece of equipment, we want to document this in a photo. We can do so. Take a snapshot. If there's something we'd like to call out, maybe this part of it, for example, let's give this a little thicker line here, and go red. And maybe we want to call out this portion of the picture. And we can actually either just save this as a geotagged picture, or we can add this to this geo project we are building here in the LineVision, in this case Desktop Ultimate Edition. So let's go ahead and save that. We'll go with the default. And maybe we also want to grab a photo of what we're seeing on the surface at that same time, perhaps. And we'll just go ahead and save that to the project also. And let's give this a new name. All right, so now we have a video, and we've got a couple photos that we've snapped from the video. And the next thing we're actually going to show here is just some ways that you can create some quick reports of to where the information is. So let's go up here to our Advanced tab. Advanced, Generate Report, and we're going to do this by channels. We can type in a company name here, a vendor name, a project name prepared by, anything you might want to, RGS, RGS and Friends and so on. We can generate the report both in Microsoft Word and Excel. What we should have here is we've created a Word report. I've got an extent here showing our map extent, a little bit of a summary of the video segment for all the channels there, or cameras. Then we have the still images that we've captured post-survey here. And you'll also see a field here for description. We could have actually filled this out in LineVision by just going here and adding a description, changing the description here. We didn't do that, but if we had, that would have showed up in the Word report as well. And again, there's the other image we snapped from the video, geotagged location, and what have you. So we don't need to keep this for now. Let's go ahead and save it, or excuse me, not save it, close it, and then let's open up the Excel. We'll see the report it generated as well. Similar, just in the Excel format. But maybe we actually want to go ahead and save this Excel one because this is part of a larger project report we want to keep, and maybe keep as part of this geo project we're creating. So let's just go ahead and save that. We'll save it to desktop here. Sheet 1. Now let's go ahead and add that document here to the map. We can do that by going add annotation and Excel report. Go back to the desktop there. And there's our sheet. And so now we've got our report here as well. Okay, so now that we've brought in the video, we've showed you how to click on the dots, for example. Hover over them, you'll see the boat position, where that's at now. Again, if you click on it though, then you get the depth position of the ROV. So again, click on the dot. Not only does that take you to that spot in the video, but it also then gives you the information over here on the left-hand side related to that ROV's position. And one other thing I guess we should say is important here is with these videos, you want to click here and be sure that hide target location track is not checked. If that were checked, you'll see it takes away the track of the ROV position. So in this case, we want to be sure we have that checked. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and save this project, if you will, as a geo project, and then we'll be able to open that back up at another time, or we could pass that on to a client and they could open up that geo project on their computer with their additional LineVision. So let's go up here and go File. We're going to save a current local geo project. Now, a couple important distinctions here. If we're saving a local geo project, that's typically used if we're working on our computer and we're going to come back to it and do some more work. Because what it does is actually keeps track of the actual file paths to the different videos, photos, documents that you might have included here. However, if you want to package this up so that it could be shared with a colleague, put on a cloud storage space, put into the LineVision Online cloud, or just hand it to a colleague or a client on a thumb drive, you're going to want to do either a portable uncompressed geo project or a portable compressed geo project. Kind of just going to depend on if file size is really critical or not, and you want your client to unzip it, essentially. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and save a current local geo project. It defaults to today's date, which will work for me for now. We'll go ahead and put that on the desktop again so we can find it. Okay, so that way if we close out of our LineVision tool here and then we restart it. Let's go ahead and restart it and say Basic Edition. Now we want to reopen that GeoProject. We simply come up here and go File, Open GeoProject File, and we'll find it, today's date, May 8th. And now we've reconstructed this project we had previously put together. And that's kind of the idea of how we can work with multiple videos, do some post-mission data capture by grabbing particular stills from a video. Of course, those stills are now going to be geotagged if you need to send those to other third-party applications or just view them in other versions of LineVision as well. Pretty standard geotagging of the JPEGs that come from these videos. But again, this sample video here you saw today was captured from Remote GeoSystems geoDVR Gen 3 with the water-linked underwater GPS module, which is an optional module, again geared specifically towards this third-party GPS company that makes a water-linked underwater GPS system. It is integrated with the geoDVR, so fairly plug and play at this point. Thanks.